So for this mini project, we're going to be building this following application. It's going to be a little animation where it's a moon landing, press for liftoff down here, and an animation goes and explodes on the moon. And you get a nice little successful landing message. Then you can reset it and do it as much as you want. And in the last lesson, we're going to incorporate our mini project into our Twitter application to make it a little bit more exciting. And I think it makes sense because, Elon Musk acquired Twitter and he has SpaceX. So then you can shoot a little rocket into here and then go post a tweet. Now we're going to change a couple things. So first, we're going to turn this into a little plus icon so that you know that this is to add a tweet. And now that I think about it, when it shoots, his plan is to go to Mars. So maybe we change this up to be a Mars landing. But that's going to be the final end result after we build our mini project. And this lesson, we're going to change the design to be a little plus sign instead. So in order to do that, you go to rive.application and you can click Get Started. This takes you to that editor in the Rive application that I was talking about. Actually, before that, we can cover where I got the initial design. So you can go to this Community tab, and in here, there's a bunch of different designs. You can take one of these designs and either use them, or you can modify it a little bit and make it your own. Or you can even just import a .riv file into your editor, and then you can modify that file as well. So that's how I got the starting point, and there'll be a link to retrieve this file somewhere below this lesson. So what is this editor? Like I mentioned, I'm not an expert in animation or anything like that, but I did learn the basics of Rive. This press animation is the only one we really need to worry about, and you can create that animation and it looks something like this. I don't want to dive too deep into this because we're learning Flutter, not animation design. There's better places to learn about that. But we're going to go back to the Design tab. We're going to change this arrow to be a plus. So you can find that shape. It looks like it's right here. We take that path, and we can move this part upwards. Then we have this path. There's the arrow, and let's just delete that, and then take this straight arrow that we have, copy it, and rotate it 90 degrees. That's not in the right position, so let's move it over, move it down, and there. Now we have a plus icon. That doesn't look like it's centered. Let's move it down a little bit more. Okay. Then we have this box border. So I think we want to make it a little bit bigger. If you hold down Command and Option Shift, I'll make it bigger to the appropriate size, like that. And then we can take this other square and do the same thing, Command, Option, Shift, make it the same size as that. Okay. I'm actually going to take this and let's see what it looks like if we change it to blue. Oh yeah. That looks more like the Twitter ad button, right? And then we animate it. Also looks like the design is clipping into this, so maybe we'll make it a little bit smaller. All right. Okay, we have a little plus button here. Let's see what it looks like. Click play. There we go. And it goes back to this. I gotta change this color as well then. You'd obviously want to be a little bit more color consistent, but we're not too worried about that. Or maybe we are. All right, let's see. 0085. We copy paste this, go to the end. Copy paste this here. Go to this color. Copy paste that here. Okay. How does it look? If we play that animation. Perfect. Well, I don't know if it's perfect, but it works for us. We have a button that looks kind of like add a tweet button, turns into a rocket, and now we're able to download this RIV file. So you go up to the top, download for the newest runtime, and you'll see a download pop up here for rocket.riv. This is as much as we're going to be diving into animation. I'll link to some good animation resources where you can learn more about it yourself. But this file that we need, rocket.riv, this is what we're going to need to use for the rest of this mini project.